Hey, this is Ian Carlin. Welcome to A Mind for Fitness. Glad you could join us today for the program. You're on the program where we talk about issues regarding health and weight loss and working out and fitness and all kinds of cool stuff that will help you get in shape. I mean, that's really the bottom line. The bottom line is that I want to see you in shape, and I want to see you that if you've already been in shape or if you're already in shape, not to fall back into old habits in which you will regret later. So you want to take those pounds off, and if you've taken those pounds off, you want to keep them off, and that's what this program is about. It's about the encouragement that it's going to take, and the knowledge and the know-how, and just ideas. I'm just like I've said before. I'm just a guy with a microphone who's lost a lot of weight. And today is an important, I feel like every episode's important, but today's an important episode because it's that time of year again. It's that time of year where you've got all the temptations that are so common to people who have food addiction problems. People like myself, you have all kinds of food addiction, all kinds of temptation, that can really derail where you are. And I want to help you navigate through that through a system that I've developed, and I've implemented it every year, and it's worked every year. And I'm going to be talking about that. I've talked about this almost every year now, but I'm going to be talking about it in a little bit of a different way. But before we get to that, I have a couple of announcements. Now, at the beginning of the show, I said this was show 89. And the show before that, I said it was show 89. This is actually 89. The one before that was just a mistake. So there's not two 89s. Last week's was with Jason Whitrock was 88. That was episode 88. This is actually episode 89. So if you're a devotee of the program and you're like, well, you got two episode 89s. No, this is episode 89. I apologize for that. But the other thing that I'm just elated about is, so you can see this on video, you're not going to be able to see it on audio, but I will link to it in the show notes. And that is my new book that is coming out, and that's called Diet Sins, Why Your Diet is Failing and What You Can Do to Fix It. That is, that's out. It's out on Kindle, and it's free. And then I have another book called Fasting to Break Your Plateau, a basic guide to intermittent fasting. If you would like to show support for the program, I want to give you something in exchange for something. I don't want to just ask for donations. I'm never going to take any method of payment off the table or whatever, but I've been doing this show now for a few years, and I've never said, oh, please donate or open up a Patreon account or anything like that. I haven't done that, so I don't see myself doing that in the future. So really, the only way you can support the show is just by buying the products that I produce. And so far, that's been two books. It's been Diet Sins, which is the book currently out, and Fasting to Break Your Plateau. And they're both free if you're Amazon Prime member. So that's just such an easy way to show your support for the program. And they're only $2.99 if you're not. So, and I make them like available to like loan. So if you have one of the Kindles that can loan, or the app that can loan, you can loan it. You can seriously loan it to people. So it's all good with me. I'm more about letting the information get out there rather than making money off of this, because again, this is just my way of giving back. When I listen to Jimmy Moore, or when I listen to Abel James or Dave Asprey or Rob Wolf, or all these things that I listen to on a regular basis, how I show support by just buying their books. I mean, that's what I do. And it's not like they charge anything for their episodes or something like that, or begging for money. So I'm not going to do that either. So if you want to show support, buy the book, and it's beneficial for you as well. And I'm working on another project real soon here, about putting these together so that it'll actually be a paperback book, so you can actually order it off of Amazon, to where it's like print on demand. So I'm looking into seeing how that can go. but I got like a couple of other projects. As many of you know, I do another podcast called the Empty Cup Podcast, which is about martial arts. And I think the next kind of thing I'm going to be doing is writing a book on martial arts. So um, we will. Yeah, so the book might be a couple months down the road. Anyway, but I'm working on all of it, given the fact that I got a part-time job and I do this part-time and I train part-time. Working on it as fast as I can. So let's get to the subject. And I apologize if my thoughts on this are a little bit disconnected at this point, because I didn't really even have like an outline that I wanted to go through. I just had some ideas after talking about this and thinking about this for a while, because like I said at the beginning of the show, we are at that time of year where we're just flooded with temptation and the smells. I was just yesterday in the mall, walking down the mall. I was at the bookstore and I was just like, I'll just walk down the mall and just like everything, the cinnamon smell in the air and everything was just, oh my gosh, everything looks so tempting. And I know if I'm tempted by that stuff, probably you're going to be tempted by that stuff. So how do we handle this? How do we handle this time of year? And I've issued this last 2 years in a row, maybe 3 years, um, where I've talked about uh, the Fit for Christmas challenge. And normally I start that a little bit early. I didn't start it this year and I said this on a couple of podcasts ago. I'm like, if you are interested in that, go back and listen to those, because I'm not really going to say anything, new. So if you're interested in getting fit for Christmas, that's those are out there. You don't need me to rehash things. I hope that every time I come on here I can present at least some new material. Of course, I'm always going to go over old material, but I hope that I present some new material. And one of the things that I wanted to say was I really believe that this time of year can be a true success. And in my opinion, it is one of the best times of year to start your weight loss journey. Okay. One of the worst times of year to start your weight loss journey is on a Monday at the beginning of a month or at the beginning of the new year. Now, if you're dead set on, oh, I'm going to wait till the new year, and then I'm really going to go at it this year, I don't want to be any type of discouragement to you. I pray that you will do that, and that this year will be the success that you've hoped it would be every year that you've tried it. But I do want us to be honest with ourselves in the fact that, most people, when they start a New Year's program, don't follow through. And part of it, I really believe part of it is, there's the whole idea of, are they really motivated? Are they really interested? Are they going to fall apart as soon as they, get 2 days into their exercise routine? All that's true, but I think a big part of it is that we play the same record over and over again, and we wonder why it ends the same way every time. If your mind kind of gets used to that, it's kind of like, okay, I'm at the beginning of the year, and then your mind says, yeah, and you've done this 10 years in a row, 20 years in a row, 30 years in a row, and nothing's ever changed. You're just basically running through the same programming. And so I say the worst time of year is to start at New Year's Eve. And the best time of year to start a weight loss program would be at a time you totally wouldn't even think about it, because that's really what's going to shake your mental attitude up and really start thinking, oh, hey, I'm adjusting, I'm adding new programming into my, my what's the word I'm looking for? My regular routine. My regular routine is to start a diet on Monday and to start it and but you start a diet on Monday and everybody knows that you start a diet on Monday and by Friday you've given it up. Well, then every time you start a diet on Monday, by Friday you give it up and your mind just gets used to that. But if you start a diet on Friday Your mind's not used to that. Your mind's not used to that information. And you're saying, oh, this weekend is going to be a different type of weekend. And it gives yourself a better start on actual success. So, in my opinion, this is one of the best times to start a diet program. And I've implemented this where I basically have maintained my weight or even have lost a little bit of weight here and there um, every year. And it's because I implement this program. Now, so you've got the other couple of issues now. Okay, so the first issue is this person who is starting a weight loss journey. Great time to start. You also have this other side of where you're like me, who's been on a weight loss journey for years, and been successful now for years. And I'm going to tell you kind of more or less that route. Somebody, I dieted all summer, not dieted, but I was, good in the summer. I was good in the fall. The season's coming up for winter. You know, I'm going to be kind of more talking to that group of people. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what I'm doing and why. Now, some of this can be applied, and I probably will digress back and forth between those two paradigms, just because that's the nature of how I think about things, and I'm just saying things as I think about them. But quite honestly, my idea was to kind of get out here and tell you what I'm going to do. And part of telling you what I'm going to do I need to be real honest with where I'm at. Okay, so where I'm at is a healthy weight. My activity is great. My eating habits are, I would say, 80-20, at least, if not 90-10. And I do have cheat days, and I'm going to we'll probably hit on that a little bit because I'm a firm believer in them. Some people, and I've done it where I didn't have cheat days either, and anyway. But I have to be honest too, and I know many of you already know this, I am still not at goal weight. I am not at goal weight. I struggle with about 15, sometimes 10, sometimes 8 pounds to 18 pounds, basically, of goal weight. And of course, right now, I don't know, some of it might be muscle. I don't hate the way I look in the mirror. I'm not ashamed to take my shirt off. It's not it's certainly not as embarrassed, but I'm still not where I want to be. And I've been stuck there for a while and frustrated there for a while. So any advice I give on this point is going to be, I'm going to tell you basically how I'm going to maintain where I am over this season, and even possibly lose weight, because I do have this plan that I'm going to do. I'm going to be implementing here as soon as Thanksgiving is over. So that's part of it. So let's get into it. Now, there's enough preamble, and honestly, I don't even know if I made any sense. You have to go back and listen to it a couple of times. But here's the situation. I am going to have probably like a 3 to 4 day weekend where I am going to eat pretty much whatever I want to eat. It's Thanksgiving, and there are some people out there who are just gung ho, and if you're one of those people, and or if you're trying to lose weight right now and you want some advice on that, hang on just a second. But I'm not. I'm one of those people who is going to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner, and it's not going to affect me. Now, I might not get down to goal weight. Okay, granted. But I am not going to, I guarantee you, I've done this now 3 years in a row, and I don't gain any weight over the holidays. None, zero. And I enjoy all my food. So a lot of it is intermittent fasting. A lot of it is cheating on your cheat days and not cheating on your non-cheat days, and working out like crazy. And that combination is really what does it for me. Okay. Um, so start out, really just starting out here. Okay. I'm at a very healthy weight. Um, uh, I, I'm in good shape. I can do lots of physical activity, um, but I'm not at my goal weight yet, and that's frustrating. And I understand, and I don't expect to be at my goal weight after this season is up. Maybe we'll see. But so first off, if you're somebody who's you diet all year, you're good all year, you're gonna go to the gym. I'm even gonna go to the gym. Even when I can't go to the gym, I'm gonna go to the home gym. So if you're one of those people and Thanksgiving's coming up, do not beat yourself up. If you know that you have the mental fortitude to go the day after Thanksgiving or 2 days after Thanksgiving to get right back on it, it's not going to hurt you. It really is not going to hurt you. Now, if you're one of those people, and this is where you really have to, you really have to um, evaluate yourself accurately. That's going to struggle with this. Then I don't recommend it. But if you're like me, you're just a workoutaholic. You you cheat on your cheat day and you don't cheat on your non-cheat days. Then going through the next 3 days from Thursday to Saturday is horrific. It's fine. It's great. Don't worry about it. You are going to uh, you're going to do great. You're going to do great. Okay. But this also is predicated highly on the fact, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take those 3 days and just live it up. And I cannot tell you how much I believe in living it up from time to time. Okay, I can't tell you how much I believe in it. It just my life would be miserable if I didn't believe that. If I thought that you could only ever eat paleo and keto all the time for the rest of your life, and you could never eat anything but that, and you're a bad person if you do, and the only time you could ever mess up is if you had the gluten-free option of the pizza now and again. I can't get behind that mentality. I can't get behind that as far as the physics are concerned. Even I think that it's actually healthy to spike your insulin on occasion. If you don't believe that, read Carb Night Solution. There's lots of other books out there. That's not the only one that talk about the actual. Even Dr. Jake Tita talks about the 4 cycles. Where one cycle is eat more, move less, and he talks about going through that cycle for a season is actually healthy for you. So if you want a good example of, I don't know what's going on with some people in the health industry, but it seems like they're more worried about being in ketosis than they are worried about actually losing weight. Like, I would not care if I was in ketosis if I was overweight. I would be like, what's it going to take to get my weight off? That would be the biggest thing that I would want to know is how can I get to a healthy weight? Not whether or not I can prick my finger or blow into the and find out whether or not I'm in ketosis. Because if you're in ketosis, oh, hey, I'm in ketosis. And you're like, yeah, but you got 150 pounds to lose. I mean, big deal. Big deal. You're in ketosis. Well, congratulations on being in ketosis and being 100 pounds overweight. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to do what it takes to actually get yourself to a healthy weight. So there's that aspect of it. So I'm going to cheat for the next, well, from Wednesday night actually until whatever. Now I'm going to also fast until those cheat meals. So for example, and this is just a little bit into my personal life. My wife makes a lot of pies on Wednesday night, and so we're not allowed to be in the kitchen. We're just like, she makes a ton of pies. I mean, she makes like 14 pies, uh, and um, and so I'm not going to eat on Wednesday. I'm not going to eat until that night on Wednesday. And then that night, normally what we do is we get like either a pizza or we get like burgers and fries, just something to stay out of her way. Now, of course, you can always choose to go get yourself a salad. I'm not one of these people who say you can't. Okay. I'm just saying for me right now, and it is not hurting me, I'm going to take those next 3, 4 days off from Wednesday night. Then on Thursday, I will probably like live it up pretty much all Thursday. Like all Thursday, it's like game on. We are gonna whatever I want that day. It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's a holiday. Boom. Friday, I will more than likely like go on a fast, and I will work out like crazy. Believe me, I'm going to get up. I'm going to be doing my 50 push-ups. I'll probably run a couple miles. I'll do weightlifting. I'll do all that stuff. And then Friday night, Friday afternoon to Friday night, I'll probably eat leftover Thanksgiving stuff, and then I'll probably repeat that same thing on Saturday. And then Sunday I'll be done. I don't, by that time, honestly, I'm very sick of junk food and I'm ready to be back on. But that's really what the thing is when you go back on Sunday to go back on your diet or whatever your schedule you decide to do with your cheat day, your non-cheat days can't be half cheat days. And that's what I see all the time. I see people say, oh, I got to have a cheat day, which I totally believe in. I totally believe in cheat day. Or cheat meal, or however you want to slice it up, or reward meal, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. But when it's non-cheat day, it's non-cheat day. You can't have like a little bit of cheat on cheat day. You gotta be strict. You gotta either you can't be eating fruit or things that you think are healthy, or things like that. Things that are kind of halfway healthy, like the granola bar instead of the candy bar. So I ate the granola bar on my cheat day, and then or I ate the candy bar on the cheat day, and then I ate the granola bar on my non-cheat day. I'm doing good. No, you're not. And you know why. Everybody knows why. So that's what I'm going to do. And then quite honestly, I am going to do my very, very, very best to stay on a ketogenic diet from that Sunday all the way till probably the 31st. Not 31st, sorry. What am I saying? The 21st. The 21st, because that's a birthday party in my family for somebody in my family, and we'll go out to a movie and we'll have dinner and I'll eat popcorn and that. But my non-cheat days are going to be non-cheat days. Here's the only problem, and I'll be honest with you, and this is the only problem that I run into, and that is I work out like a ton. And I like working out. I love going to the gym. I love lifting weights. I love going to yoga. I love going to martial arts. And like sometimes, like throughout the week, like I'll hit a lump, and I'll be or slump, not a lump, slump. And sometimes I'll be like, maybe I need like a little bit more carbohydrate or something like that. So sometimes I'll do that. But I'm going to try really hard to not do that. So like from that Sunday to the 21st, I'm going to keep it with no cheat days, not even Saturday. Normally Saturdays are my cheat days. And I don't have a problem with cheat days, as I said, but I especially don't have a problem with Saturday because that's me and my wife's kind of like date day. We go out and we hang out together and we do stuff together. And so um, I don't have a problem with doing that, like going to breakfast somewhere and sharing a plate of pancakes or something like that. I know a lot of people in the keto world are just flipping out. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, it's gonna take you 12 weeks to get back in keto. Like, oh yeah, well, is that why I'm in shape? And yeah, I'm not a goal weight, I understand, but I do look pretty darn good. Uh, and you still got 50 pounds to lose. Um, uh, and to be fair, just to digress here for just a moment, there are some people who stay in keto for a long time and do look fantastic. I have to admit that. And there are some people who stay in keto and then they hit a wall and they can't figure out why they can't get over it. Well, shake things up, get your carbs up, and then cut them back down. Get that insulin spike. Read that book called Carbonite Solution, where he talks about the need for an insulin spike and carb cycling and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to live it up at Christmas, that I'm gonna live it up on the 21st, and I'll probably take it easy until, again, maybe even fast for a day or two. And then 24th, 25th, 26th, again, no problem. But when it's not my cheat day, and I'm going to be working out during those days too. I mean, I do work out. So then at those times, I am going to, after that, I'm going to, be good again. I mean, I really look maybe New Year's Eve, maybe a little bit on New Year's Day. Those aren't terribly big holidays for me. So if I feel like it, I will. If I don't feel like it, I won't. Um, but I really see that that is the problem with a lot of times why people don't lose the weight is because cheat days are cheat days and non-cheat days are half cheat days, and that's going to kill you. And you're going to be like, well, why didn't I lose any weight? Well, what are you eating? Quite honestly, what are you eating on your non-cheat days? Are you having one low carb meal? What are you doing? Okay, so that's kind of like my track and what I've encouraged everybody to do on your Get Fit for the Holidays program, well, along with a workout cycle, a workout routine. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let's say you're out there and you're one of these people who's just like, look, I can't do this. I can't cheat during the holiday. I want to get in shape. And let's say like you're the type of person who's just starting. Um, in one sense, as I've already said, this is the best time to start. In another sense, it's the worst time to start because there is so much temptation. But I really do stand by what I said. The worst time to start is the first because how many times have you already started there? Anyway, I don't need to rehash what I've said probably about 20 times so far on this podcast. So if you are that person, okay, I still think that let's say yesterday and Monday you just started your diet and here comes the holidays. What should you do? If someone was to come and ask me what you should do, I would still say to you, give yourself a cheat meal at least on Thursday. It's first off, you're not going to get into fat burning mode from Monday to Thursday anyway. And if you're dead set on not having anything at all that's bad for you, then you're going to have to face the fact that you're going to have to bring your own food, or just eat the salad and the Brussels sprouts that sometimes people have at Thanksgiving dinner, and or maybe a healthy alternative. But honestly, to get yourself to a point where you're burning fat, you really need that 2 week induction where you're seriously low on carbs. We're talking under 50 grams of carbs a day. So that is paramount. And you're not going to be able to do that right now. You are not going to be able to do that. And now, that doesn't mean that you won't be able to make progress. That doesn't mean you won't be able to make progress. I'm just trying to be realistic. If somebody came to me and said, look, I just started Monday. The holidays are coming up. I don't want to screw it up this year. What can I do? What can I do? I would tell you this. I would tell you, give yourself a cheat meal at least on Thanksgiving. Because in a year, it's not going to matter whether or not you had that meal, especially if you're doing really good the rest of the time. When that meal is over, you get right back on the wagon. You make sure you fast the day before, you fast that day until the meal, and then you fast the day after. Enjoy that meal, and then make sure you do that. You repeat that process when it comes to Christmas Eve or whatever it is that's coming out. That's going to be a temptation for you during this time. Now, I guarantee you, if you really like, you just say, hey, I am going to eat whatever I want on Thanksgiving, and you start on that Sunday, and you do not cheat, and you're just starting your diet, and you do not cheat, and you dial it down from that Sunday all the way up to Christmas Eve, and that's your first cheat day, you'll lose weight. You will. And if you fast that day, eat Christmas, then fast the next day, and then strict back, and you repeat that same process on New Year's Day, and then you continue that in the future, you will lose weight. You will. I mean, everybody's different, so I got to make an exception clause that perhaps there's somebody out there who might not. But out of all the people that I've talked to, out of all the people that I've interviewed, out of all the people that I have helped who have gotten back to me on the Fit for Christmas program, they lose weight. Basically, they lose weight. And then, you have that thing. Now, also I have to say that this is part of where I'm derailing a little bit here because I didn't have any notes and I didn't, just go through again my Fit for Christmas program. Um, Make sure you eat a lot of healthy food before you eat something that you're not supposed to have, and make sure you eat slow when you eat it. Just do that. Just do that. So, boy, I think I hate to end the show on this awkward note. Um, uh, but I think that will be what we will end it on. So do that. If you can do that, you will lose weight this Christmas season. Even if you go hog wild on Thanksgiving and hog wild on Christmas, if you really dial it down and you dial in your exercise, you get movement in, and you dial that keto down, you will lose weight. There's just no question in my mind. You can enjoy your holidays and lose weight. That's what the whole Fit for Christmas challenge was about. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like what you heard, please share this on your favorite social media. Please share this on your favorite social media. And subscribe on YouTube, Mind for Fitness. And leave us a review and Stitcher if you like what you heard. If you think it helped, please leave us a review. And don't forget to buy the book, Why Your Diet's Failing and What You Can Do to Fix It. And until we meet again, please keep your mind on fitness.